Hello, welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Muhyo to Rouji episode 4. So, last episode, um, the first half dealt with a spirit that was haunting this piano that this girl owned. Her father had bought it for her because she wanted to play. She was really good. Basically, a prodigy on the piano. Won competitions and all that. And then the spirit started, inhabiting the piano. They thought that it was because of all the jealousy and hatred towards her that this spirit was manifested. She said that it always showed up around, I think it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. So they were watching the piano day and night in a vase. In vases, I should say, because they both had their own. Waiting for this thing to show up. And I think for like 2 weeks, it didn't show up at all. Until one night it finally did, but it wasn't playing the piano. It was actually standing in front of the vases that they were hiding in, because it was waiting for them. After they had come out, Muhyo tries to use his law book to sentence this thing, but it's using like sound waves to keep him from doing it, like because it's like hurting his ears, so he's unable to really speak because of all the pain. And the girl that hired them actually saves them. She comes out of the piano. At least that's what it looked like. And starts playing and counteracts the sound waves that this thing is making, giving him the time to cast his judgment on this spirit and sentences it away. We learn in this section that Muhyo does not like people who do not have talent. He said he had a friend in college who was pretty good, but ended up becoming jealous of his talent and ended up getting taken over to the dark side. And that's why he hates people with no talent. The second part, Rouji actually got a letter from the, I guess, the people in charge of, like, magical law or whatever, spirit law, and basically telling him that he can get a promotion and become a full-fledged, like, assistant. They gave him a pen that he can use to write seals on. And it will work basically automatically. Just write the seal, use it, and it's good. And Muhyo is telling him that you're not ready. You got another 3 years before you're ready to go and take this test. So no, we're not doing that. God, I can't remember that girl's name, but the one who was the one who takes all the photos, the one they helped with her father who was haunting her, she came by talking about a spirit that is inhabiting this like walking bridge, and they want them to she wants them to take a look at it. Muhyo doesn't go. I think he said to make a formal like request for them to do it, but basically call and set up the appointment and all this and that, not just show up and or something. I don't know. He wanted her to go because they don't deal with people they've already helped. So yeah. Anyway, Rouji ends up going. He's too kind-hearted, and plus he wanted to prove to Muhyo that he's ready to take this test. So he has the pen with him, and he has like sheets of paper so he can write seals. And he even mentions while they're on their way that he's already written some out to use just in case. So they go to this bridge, and they go on top, and they see it just sitting there on like back up against the rails. And it sees them and starts talking to them, saying, oh, you guys can see me, and starts telling them his story and how he killed himself on this bridge because of, I think, loneliness or something. And they thought, oh, well, it's not a bad spirit, so the girl was going to go and, I guess, help him out. But Rouji remembers something that Muhyo told him about how some spirits are able to communicate with you, and they're mainly doing it to trick you, to draw you in. And when he remembers that, he tells her to be like, look out, and she ends up like ducking, and he was trying to eat her. And the spirit comments on how he was able to like see through his deception, and he tries to use his seals, but they don't do nothing. And then he's freaking out because there's nothing he can do, and he doesn't want her to die, but he doesn't know how he can help her. And Muhyo shows up and basically tells him, what is it that they teach you about writing out seals with that pen? And he remembers that they work best when they are like used right after being written out. If you save them for later, they're really no good. You have to write them out and use them right away. So he writes out one, tosses it, and it cuts off the spirit's arm, like from top of the elbow up. And then Muhyo uses his book to sentence it, and it goes away. Then Muhyo and Rouji are back at the office, and he hands Muhyo the pen. Well, puts it on the desk. And he's like, what's this? And he's like, you were right. I was trying to prove to you that I was ready to take this test by helping her, and I nearly got her killed. So, you're right, I'm not ready. I just wanted to be useful. I didn't want to, hold you back. But this has, opened my eyes. And Muyo's like, that's basically all I wanted to hear. He's like, that was well said. And he moves over this bookshelf that has this like seal, like almost like a transmutation circle, like a pentagram type thing behind it. And it's the doorway to the people in charge over there. He tells them, I have some business over there anyway, so let's just go over there and take care of your test while we're there. And they walk through. They had to spit a little bit. And they walk through, and that girl that was, the one with the camera, she was outside the door, and she wanted to try to cheer up Rouji, because he felt so down, just to let him know that she was okay, not, it's all right. And they ended up leaving before she could go in there and apologize, but she did kind of see everything, so she knows what happened. I don't think she's going to follow them. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, I'm expecting it to pick up there, where they're going to go and see these people, have him take his test, and he's going to talk to him. I'm assuming about that guy in the white. I can't remember his name, but that's the friend he was talking about. The one they keep showing. He actually sent that first spirit in the first part of the episode to attack them, not the girl that was playing the piano. It was to draw them in so that he could take care of them. So I guess he's going to talk to them about him, and then Roji's going to take his test, and so I'm assuming it's just going to pick up there. All right. So the video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.